Long before the lights of Hollywood or the deafening cheers of live audiences, Courtney Hadwin was just a quiet girl growing up in the small village of Heselden in County Durham, England. Born in 2004, she wasn't surrounded by agents or managers, just music. Her family home was filled with it, from classic rock to soulful ballads. Her parents made sure she was exposed to sounds that sparked her imagination. It didn't take long for Courtney to discover her own voice. And it wasn't soft. It was raw, raspy, powerful, completely at odds with her introverted personality. By age 11, she was already performing at local events and festivals, drawing curious attention from her community. Still just a student at Heselden Primary School, she later moved on to the academy at Shotton Hall, where her classmates saw her as quiet, even withdrawn. But when she sang, everything changed. She also enrolled in vocal training at Julie Miles' Vocal Ovation, fine-tuning her talent with intense focus. In the privacy of the rehearsal room, she was already becoming something rare. Yet, the world had no idea what was about to hit it. Before the world knew her name, Courtney Hadwin faced a string of rejections that could have silenced any young dreamer. Her first major shot came through Teen Star, a singing competition in Newcastle. She made it to the finals with her stirring rendition of Bob Dylan's "Make You Feel My Love," but didn't walk away with the trophy. Still, it was enough to get people talking. Then came a jaw-dropping moment. At just 12 years old, she opened for Sister Sledge at the South Tyneside Festival, performing in front of more than 18,000 people. Most kids her age would have frozen. Courtney let loose. Shortly after, she auditioned for The Voice Kids UK. Her version of Tina Turner's Nutbush City Limits was gritty and explosive, a sound no one expected from a child. Danny Jones, judge and frontman of McFly, took her under his wing as a mentor. Together, they made it to the finals. But once again, Courtney fell just short of the win. Despite these public near victories, her name still hadn't crossed borders. The world remained unaware, but that was about to change in the most dramatic way possible. It was 2018 when Courtney Hadwin stepped onto the America's Got Talent stage, visibly nervous. She barely made eye contact. When asked about her favorite school subject, she muttered, "Music." No one expected what came next. Seconds into her performance of Otis Redding's Hard to Handle, everything shifted. Her entire demeanor transformed. Her voice tore through the room, raw, electric, and completely fearless. The crowd roared. The judges rose. And Howie Mandel slammed the golden buzzer. The moment went viral overnight. Mandel compared her to Janis Joplin. Millions watched in disbelief. A timid British schoolgirl had just become an international sensation with one song. Her audition hit over 50 million views, with fans declaring her a once-in-a-generation talent. Though she didn't win the season, her name was already everywhere, from entertainment headlines to social media fever. But with sudden fame came unfamiliar pressures, and behind the spotlight, a storm was already forming. In the wake of her AGT fame, the offers came flooding in. Courtney signed a record deal with Simon Cowell's Psycho Entertainment and Arista Records. She was booked for 5 live shows in Las Vegas alongside magician Shin Lim, magazine features, radio interviews, press tours. Her life shifted almost overnight. But that spotlight brought more than just attention. It brought expectations. Rumors began to swirl online. Some claimed label executives pushed for more commercial, pop-driven songs that didn't reflect her gritty, soulful style. Others said she struggled with stage fright and the mental toll of being thrust into the global spotlight. Fans noticed something too. For someone so famous, she wasn't showing up much. And when she did, something seemed off. While the industry expected her to explode with back-to-back hits, Courtney appeared to be pulling back instead. Not long after her Vegas shows and early buzz, Courtney Hadwin started to disappear, at least in the public eye. Her social media turned quiet. Her official channels released only a handful of performances. Even her fans began asking, where did she go? Was it label drama, burnout, or something more personal? Her brief return for America's Got Talent. The champions in 2019 showed promise. She debuted an original track, Pretty Little Thing, and fans thought this marked the start of a new chapter. But once again, she retreated. No new album followed. Interviews were rare, and speculation took over. Some saying she was dropped, others claiming she chose to walk away. Whatever the truth, one thing was clear. Courtney wasn't chasing the industry. She was stepping away from it. In 2019, she released the Cover Sessions, a raw, emotionally charged EP of live covers. No studio gloss, no pop formula, just her voice and raw emotion. It was a departure from the AGT era hype machine, and it was exactly what her true fans wanted. The EP featured her rendition of Lewis Capaldi's Someone You Loved, among others, showcasing not just power, but restraint, control, and depth. Critics and industry veterans took notice. David Massey, president of Arista Records, called her an exceptional talent with a voice and spirit well beyond her years. Courtney began leaning into this direction, not chasing trends, but rediscovering herself. She embraced vintage-inspired fashion, retro visuals, and a bold musical identity. Her lyrics began tackling themes like self-discovery, inner strength, and the struggle to fit into a world that demands conformity. It wasn't just about fame anymore. It was about freedom. By 2023, Courtney Hadwin had accumulated wealth most teens could only dream of. An estimated net worth of $3 million, homes in the UK and US, and cars like a BMW 3 Series, convertible, and a Range Rover. But behind the numbers was a young woman still navigating the emotional cost of overnight fame. She'd spoken candidly about her struggles with social anxiety, explaining how performing was her escape, the only time she felt truly free. Off stage, she was misunderstood by many. Her awkward interviews, her silence online, the quiet demeanor that didn't match her explosive stage energy. But those who looked closer saw someone deeply introspective, someone battling pressure and choosing authenticity over performance. Courtney also began using her platform to support mental health causes, advocating for self-love and self-acceptance, especially for young people feeling out of place in a noisy world. By late 2023 and into 2024, Courtney Hadwin began teasing something new. Posts emerged, cryptic captions, black and white clips, stripped-down performances. One of her most powerful releases, Spellbound, showcased a haunting vocal delivery and a visual style that felt deeply personal. Fans were convinced this wasn't a label project. This was her. While no major label was attached, all signs pointed to her going fully independent. And that decision, though risky, gave her the creative control she'd long been missing. She started to hint at a full-length album, something raw, something real. The voice hadn't gone anywhere. If anything, it had grown stronger, wiser. This wasn't the girl from AGT anymore. This was a woman rebuilding her career on her own terms.